G'day fellas. Alright, so today we've got some Titan Quest 2. This is my first build I've been mucking around with. The area I'm in right now, I have beaten what is available in the campaign on this character, and I've also increased the difficulty of the monsters a little bit, so I'm not completely one-shotting like I was like earlier today. But I thought I would show the build off and see if you guys like it. So I'll get straight into the combat, if we can find something to kill. Pretty much, we click Vanish, like that, and then we spam our Ice Shards. And they are heat-seeking, just crazy death. As you can see. So, pretty cool build. It's destroyed like all the bosses in the current game. They're not super hard as is. Obviously it's very early in the development. But I thought I'd show off the build and then go over it and for anyone that's interested. So let's first look at the skill. So we're using Ice Shards. Ice Shards will scale with Storm, Active, Basic, Spell, Projectile, and Cold. They are the modifiers that this skill scales with. So we are mainly scaling through Cold, Projectile, and Spell. Okay. So let's get into here first. So all I've done with my attributes is I've put every point into knowledge. So the way the attributes work, if you don't know, when you put a point into one of these, it will put 2 lines to these sort of lesser nodes. So this one does cold damage. This one does poison lightning damage. And knowledge itself increases the armor and gear like types that I can wear. So for this one, supports Magus robes, plated robes, magic weapons, counts towards cunning and resolve, which increase certain damage types. Okay, so I've dumped every point into here, 270, boom. Now, when we come over to here, I haven't put anything into core yet. I do plan on putting some stuff into dodge. I would like to get this +1 charges, just because having an extra dodge would feel really nice, I think, and maybe even teleport or distance. So let's start off with the order I did things in and how everything went. So at the start, I maxed out this skill, every point. Until it hit 17, I didn't swap off it, right? In here, I put points into Raging Mind until I had enough Divinity to get to level 2 and I could start maxing out Storm Guidance, okay? So Storm Guidance is kind of the big one, but we'll go over the skill first. So this is Ice Shards, and we wanted Chaos, and in order to get Chaos, we need Torrent is a prerequisite. So we put 1 point in Torrent, and then we've put 3 points into Chaos for the extra projectiles, okay? Then we've put 3 points into Homing, 2 points into projectile penetration. I find this is enough. You could maybe take 1 out of homing and put it in here, or take 1 out of homing and put it into frost explosion. I'm thinking about doing that now that I'm working on more ailments. So if I freeze a target, they're going to explode every time I hit them. So that could be very strong as long as I'm able to freeze them consistently. Okay, and then Infuse Shard, this gives you a damage bonus depending on how much of your mana is reserved. Okay, so this could also be another contender for extra points in, maybe later. All right. Then to get our mana reserve, we came up here. We just got this and we unlocked 5 points, and this was just for grants 40% increased cold damage. Reserves 50 energy, which plays off of this node here, Infusion, right? Gives us a little extra damage. So, for that, that's this skill here. You can see, you activate it, it reserves the energy, and then that reserved energy, a percent of that is added to flat damage. Okay? So you can see I'm at 403 DPS, Boom, put this on. 528 DPS. It's a massive jump. Very worth. Okay. Let's get back to it. Okay, so that's that. Then for over here, so far, I took crit and cast speed. I would like to get as much crit chance as I can. I don't know what the possibilities are, if it's possible to get to 100% crit or not with good gear. But I will keep working on it and see how it goes. Cast speed is very valuable. I would try and get cast speed wherever you can. If I ever get to a point where I have enough crit, I will change it over for the alignment chance. I think that would be a worthy change. Okay, and then we came up here. Now this is a big one. So speed, 30% increased projectile speed, 20% increased projectile range. This makes them fly real far. But this one here, 30% increased projectile target penetration. Very strong. And then not to mention just the base stats on this skill alone. As you can see, we're currently sitting at 55% increased projectile damage, 44% increased projectile homing, 44% increased projectile range. Very good, very good. Okay. Then we came over here, and this is the current one that I've been working on a little bit. I'm probably not going to take it any further. I could go up to get this spell damage and cast speed, which I probably will. But I went to the 15% increased projectile damage at the moment. Okay. And that is the storm tree at the moment. And you can see, I know a lot of people that have been playing have been complaining about mana. This skill ain't bad. Like, I'm sustaining my mana 100% of the time and just spamming away. Alright. So, next part is the Rogue Mastery. So, I maxed this out to 18 over on the Divinity because I wanted Vanish. Vanish is just such a huge skill. If you look at the stats we're getting from this, grants 20% increased cast speed. When directly used, gain an additional 45% increased move speed. Grants 60% increased critical chance. And 12% critical hit damage multiplier. So we get all of that from these. So we maxed out Deadly Strike, Burst of Speed, and we've got 2 points into Enhanced Crits. Okay. Then we worked on this over here. So this is a great node, 39% increased damage at the moment. And 15% increased cast speed. The attack speed doesn't do anything for us. I believe that's only for melee type abilities or for the basic attack of your weapon. So I don't think this does anything. But cast speed, very nice. Then on here, we've got another 6% cast speed. And then down here, 20% critical hit chance. Okay. And there are a few other things around that I'm thinking about. Like this node here, which is just more spell damage. And what else was there? And the alignment chance. This could be quite a big one. Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out if I keep leveling this character or if I make a new one. Because there's not that much to do anymore. Besides resetting all the mobs and running through, killing them and trying to get loot. As for loot, I've just got this weapon. It's pretty bad. You can get a weapon to roll with double, maybe even triple spell damage. Because I did get a weapon earlier that had a fire damage roll and then another fire damage roll. And I think it can also hit a spell damage roll. So you could get like a crazy weapon that would just make you go crazy. Aside from that, the rest of the stuff is just all survivability stuff, really. The rings have a bit of ailment damage and some crit, I think. Yeah, crit hit. Move speed boots, you know, pretty basic stuff. And that, I think that's all. I think that's all that I know. This one, which I'm working on at the moment to get this up to 12, critical hit damage, critical hit chance. Critical hit damage is going to be massive. High critical hit chance, 100% increased critical hit chance. This could be really good. I don't know. Well, I'll test it out. But this node, these nodes look just super strong. So that is the build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys are playing and you guys want to see builds for other characters, like, drop it in the comments and sort of give me some ideas, because I'm super down. I will try and push this character up through the difficulty levels as high as I can. I don't know what it caps out at, but we'll find out. So, yep, like and subscribe, and join me on the next video. Peace.